Welcome to Java Programming for Beginners. In this video, we will see a small introduction to Java as well as how to write a simple program, that means hello world program in Java. So let's get started. So what is Java? Java is an object-oriented, class-based, concurrent, secured, and general-purpose computer programming language. Object-oriented. What is an object? Object is nothing but like it is an entity which has state, behavior, and identity. That means like for example, car, bike, pen, which is having physical and logical. That is called an object. So in upcoming sessions, like we will see how we are using object and class. And Java was developed by Sun Microsystems, now which is subsidiary of Oracle, in the year 1995. And the father of Java is James Gosling. Before Java, it was named as Oak. Since Oak is an already registered company, so James Gosling and his team changed the name from the Java to, Oak to Java. So let us see how to write Hello World program in Java. So the requirement for writing Hello World Java program is we need to install JDK and we need to set the path, which we have already done in the previous video. If you are not installed and if you are not set the path, just watch the previous video which is given in the description link and get started. So the next step is create the Java program. Afterwards, compile and run the Java program. Already we have installed the software and also we have set the path. Now let us see how to create the Java program. So guys, let us create the Hello Java World program. So before writing any program, we need to follow some rules and instructions. That is called as syntax. So not only for writing a Java program, for also C and C++, Python, .NET, we are having the rules and regulations for each and every program, for each and every statement in the programming. So we need to follow those rules and instructions. So here that is called as syntax. So let us see the syntax. Here we are having class name. In the class, we are having the method called main, which is mentioned as public static void. So let us see what is class, what is public, what is static, what is main, what is void. So first, class. A class is a template or a blueprint which holds the object. That means here we imagine that class is a container in which we are holding the objects. So result of object is called as class. That is why object is also called as instance of class. That means result of class. That means object. So then what is an object? Object is nothing but, we already discussed, object is which is an real world entity which is having state and behavior and also identity. So let us see that details in depth in upcoming sessions. As of now, just remember that class is a template which holds the objects. Object is an real world entity which has state and behavior and identity. So let us move to the next. Next is public. So public keyword is an access modifier that represents the visibility. That means it is visible to all. So we are having the section called access modifiers. In the access modifier, the public is one of the type. So here public describes that visibility. That means we can see what we have mentioned in the main method, what we have written in main method here, that will be visible to all the users. So there is no restrictions to access. Then what is static? Static is a keyword if we declare any method as static. So it is known as static method. The core advantage of the static method is that there is no need to create an object to invoke the static method. So for each and every method we are writing in the class, that will be invoked by object. We have to create an object and that should be invoked by object name. So, to understand more deeply, like we need to write more and more programs. If we learn more and more programs, then we can able to understand what is class, what is an object, what is static, why we are creating the objects for only non-static methods. So let us see in depth in upcoming programs by writing more and more programs. Okay. So as of now, remember that the method which is mentioning static, which is having static before the method name. So that is called for that methods we no need to create an object. The JVM, the Java Virtual Machine directly invoke that method. Directly it calls the static methods. Okay. So here main is a static method, so no need to invoke by creating the objects. And what is void? Void is the return type of the method. It means it does not return any value. Void is a empty. In the name its sense, it was mentioning that void is an empty, so it doesn't have any return type. And main. Main represents the starting point of the program. Not only in Java language, in any other languages, the execution starts from the main method. So if we compile and run the any program, the execution line starts from the main method itself. Okay, that is called main. And string args. String args is used for command line argument. We will discuss it in the upcoming session. It will having a separate section for string args. So if we not mentioning anything in the string args, so it doesn't call anything. And in the program section, we can able to see system.out.println. So system.out.println is a print statement. We are using this as print statement. Already we are having the default code. That means in compiler, we are already having the print stream class. So in that print stream class, we already written the println method. So we are calling the println method and we are printing the output. So here system is a class and out is an object, and println is a method of print stream class. So we are calling the println method using the object out in the system class. So this is called system.out.println. So this is the meaning of the syntax. So let us write the program and we will see the execution. So guys, let us write the program. Open notepad and write the program. First, what we need to mention? Class. Class. See, class is all small letters and class name should be hello world. See, we need to remember one thing here. Here, the class name and the file name should be same. While saving the file, we need to check that whatever we are giving the class name should be same to the file name. Okay, that we need to remember. Note that point. That is very important. And open flower brackets. In the in the class, we need to mention main method. So public static void main, and in that system, sorry, string, not system, string args. Okay, we declared the main method. So entering into the main method. In the main method, we need to write println statement, that is capital S system dot out dot println and inverted commas hello world. Okay, and this should be statement should be ended with semicolon. Remember that one. And close the class and close the main. So this is the code for writing the hello world. So now we need to save. So before saving this one, first we need to go for command prompt. Oh, so remember one thing, the main important thing is where we are saving the Java files. We are writing the code, okay. Then we need to save the Java files in a particular folder so that in the time of execution, we no need to face any problems. So for that, just open your command prompt, enter C. Here, the path is like C. In the C, in Windows C, we are having users. In users, we are having Sumana. So, just go to File Manager and here we are having Windows C. Open Windows C. So, in the Windows C, we are having users. So, go into users. In users, we are having Sumana. So, go into that folders. Okay. See. In C, we are having users. In users, we need to go Sumana. And here, we need to create a new folder and mention it as Java. Okay. I'm mentioning as Java so that my all Java files will be stored in this folder. So open that folder. So we need to save all Java files in this folder. So now go to Notepad and file. Now save it. So where we should save? User in Windows C, in users, in Sumana, in Java folder. So what we need, how we need to save? See, as I have mentioned earlier, the class name and the file name should be same. So capital HELLOWORLD world dot Java. We need to, here this is a Java program. So this is a Java file. So we need to give extension as Java. Okay. Now save it. Okay. We are done with saving. Now go to command prompt. Now, so in Sumana, in Java folder, right? So use CD for changing the directory, change directory. So we are changing directory to Java. Then enter. So see, in C, in users, in Sumana, in Java, we are now executing the Java file. So what is the statement for saving the Java? So let us see. Right. See here how to run the Java code, how to run the code. So save the above file as hello-world.java. That is what we have mentioned class name. Then to compile, we need to do is javac file name dot java. Javac file name dot java to compile javac file name dot java. That means javac hello world dot java. So just go for command prompt javac hello world dot java. Okay, then enter. See, we are having the errors. So we need to maintain without getting the errors. See, here I'm mentioning S. So here giving the symbol class string one error. So what we need to do? Go for the program and change S to capital S. So here string in the string S is capital. So we need to very careful in writing the syntaxes whether it is small case or capital case. Okay, then save it and again go for command prompt. So again javac hello world dot java. Fine. Now enter. See, here it was giving no errors. Okay. Now for, yeah, we have done successful compilation. To execute what we need to do, Java and so Java and file name. Java and file name, that is Java space hello world. Okay, done. So for execute, we have done successfully compilation. Now we need to execute. For execution, what is the syntax? Java space file name. That means Java space hello world. Okay, enter. So here we can see hello world. So we have successfully printed the output as hello world. Okay. So this is the execution method. So we need to remember the syntaxes. For compilation, Java C, that means Java, sorry, yeah. For compilation, Java C space file name dot Java. And for execution, Java space file name. So this is how we need to run the code. So let us see another case. Like let us see the different ports to write the main method. So here we are writing the main method. So is there any other type to write the main method? Yes, there are valid Java main method signatures and also invalid Java main method signatures. See, let us see one by one. Public static void main and S is capital. We need to write string. And see here in between string and the squared brackets there is no space, and after square brackets we are having space. So we can also write like this. And also in the second line, if we compare first line with second line, here we can see that the space between string and square brackets, and there is no space between square brackets and args. So we can also write like this. And the second and third one is we can mention the square brackets last after args also. And also we can also mention like dot 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 without mentioning square brackets. These are all the syntaxes to write the main method. See here the first four, if you see first four statements, like here we are having public static void. In the fifth statement we are reversing it, like static public void. We can also write static public void. Also we can write public static void. Okay. And 6 7 8 is for like we are mentioning final keyword here. Let us see what is final keyword in the upcoming sessions. What will happen if we mention final in front of the main method, in front of any method? Okay, let us see that in the upcoming classes. So these are all the valid Java main methods. And here we can see invalid Java main method. So here, if we not mention static, because main method is a predefined method. Main method is a predefined method. So that's why we should compulsorily mention static. Okay. So we should mention static. If we did not mention static, then it will be invalid. And also we should also mention public. And let's see here third statement. Public void static. We should not interchange static and void. We can interchange public and static, but we should not interchange void and static. So that will give the invalid. And we should not mention public static void as abstract method. So we will also see what is abstract in the upcoming classes, in the upcoming sessions. So we should not mention public static void main as the abstract method. So These are all the valid Java methods and these are all invalid Java methods. We need to write careful. We need to mention carefully while writing the main method. Okay. Now, the of the last topic of this video is compilation flow. So, yes, when we compile Java program using Java C. So, here we are using Java C while compiling Java C file name dot Java. So, while we are using Java C tool in compilation, the Java compiler converts the source code into bytecode. That means Java code to bytecode. The compiler will converts the Java code to bytecode. So if we see in the file manager where we save the Java, see here we are having Java file. So we to above that one, it is also created class file. Here the compiler is creating the class file. Let us see. Let us open it with the notepad. See, this is the bytecode. Here we can see the bytecode. So here compiler is converting the Java code to bytecode. That means high level language to lower level language. So this is the compilation process in Java, compilation flow in Java. So that's all for this today video. Let us see the variables and how can we improve our programming. Let us see in the upcoming sessions. Thank you.